You're listening to the ClearTrack HR Podcast, a show about employee benefits, employment law, and other topics for HR professionals. Don't forget to subscribe if you like what you hear. Now here's our host, Zach Finney.
Thank you for listening to the ClearTrack HR Podcast. I'm your host, Zach Finney. Our guest today is Ricky Fernandez. He is the promotions manager and on-field MC for the Rocket City Trash Pandas. Before joining the Trash Pandas in 2019, he was a producer and co-host of the Mojo Radio Show on 104.3 ZYP for 7 years. Ricky, man, how's it going? Thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Zach, thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate you asking me to do this. This is cool. This is like back to my old days of doing some radio. So I'm looking forward to having a little chat.
Yeah, absolutely. I forgot. Yeah, we got a professional on our hands here, so you can teach me a few things for sure.
Professional with air quotes.
So can you, just about starting off, can you tell the listeners a little bit more about yourself?
Absolutely. My name's Ricky Fernandez. I'm 29 years old. I was born in Huntsville Hospital, raised in Madison, Alabama. Graduated from Bob Jones High School here in Madison. Went on to the University of Alabama in Huntsville. Graduated there. Did a victory lap or whatever, but got the piece of paper and moved on to radio in the local area as well. So I'm a 256 guy from the start till this exact moment right here.
Nice. 256 guys in the same podcast. Who would have thunk it?
All right, look how far we made it.
I know. It's baby steps, but we made it for sure. I mentioned the Rocket City Trash Pandas. For our listeners that are not local to the 256, let the listeners know kind of who are the Rocket City Trash Pandas.
Okay, I hear this all the time because I'm working our retail store at Bridge Street. People will walk in, they'll see the logo on the outside. They'll be from out of town. They're just trying to see what the local area is about, and they'll walk in and go, "What is this?" And this Rocket City Trash Pandas thing is the AA minor league baseball affiliate for the LA Angels. This was going to be our first year of baseball here in the Rocket City. We were formerly the Mobile Bay Bears. They relocated, and an ownership group led by our owner and CEO, Ralph Nelson, bought the team and moved it here. Thought it was the perfect city for baseball. We got a new, beautiful stadium here, Toyota Field, Madison, and we're ready to put on a show for the baseball fans in the local area.
And I know it even got national attention, but how did the name Trash Pandas come about?
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, it's blown up since that name happened, but it was all a contest. It was a contest for the people of the Rocket City, and it was, submit your name, go to this website, tell me what you think the name should be, and if it's good, we'll pick a top 10, we'll let the area vote, and we'll let the people decide what their baseball team is going to be. So I actually submitted a name into the contest. I got second place. I got so close to naming this team. I thought it was going to be my dream. I'm going to have my own team. They're going to have jerseys. I'm like a co-owner in some weird roundabout way. But so people just submitted names online. It went to a top 10. People voted, went to a top 5. People voted again. And then as the team was relocated from Mobile, we just started slowly trickling out, the name, the logo, all this. And it was all decided by the people of the local area. Trash Pandas absolutely demolished me in the vote. I think they got like 85%. My team, the Thunder Sharks, got put down pretty quick. I think they only got like 8% of the final vote. But I got second place. I almost got there, and the Trash Pandas were born.
A silver medal isn't too bad, especially with the name like Thunder Sharks. So
I'm telling you, right? And you know what? I had a logo and everything. I had a shark with like the body of a human, but it had the head of a shark and six-pack abs, holding bolts of lightning. Like, I thought it was awesome. But the people of the area didn't think it was as awesome.
And I personally drive by the field every day going to and from work. It is absolutely beautiful. Can you tell us a little bit more about Toyota Field?
It is beautiful. You're right. Toyota Field is the ballpark we'll be playing in here in town, Madison. And this is a ballpark this area's never seen before. It's beautiful. I mean, it's Toyota Field. Toyota's never put their name on a minor league team before. Toyota's always been associated with professional teams in big markets, and this was the first time they ever saw a minor league team and went, I know they're not, in the majors or at that top tier, but this is run like one of those organizations. And so they were huge there in the beginning of starting this team in the local area. And I mean, the place reflects it. When I first started with the team, actually before I was an employee, just kind of working with the team with their events when I was doing local radio, we would take trips to other minor league ballparks around the country, the ones that we thought would run the best and had the best stadiums, the best fan interaction, all that. And we saw what they did. We saw what their ballparks looked like. And the ownership group here, when they built Toyota Field, they took all of those things we saw that worked in these different ballparks and put it all together in one. And you'll see that when you come to see a game at Toyota Field. It's got some truly unique, and I mean, it's just a beautiful spot to watch a ball game.
And then what led you to your current position as a promotions manager for the Rocket City Trash Pandas?
Okay, so I was doing radio for WZYP, like we were talking about, and someone came in the room one day and was like, "You guys going to enter that baseball team name contest?" That's where the Thunder Shark thing started, right? So I pitched that name. I'm going on the radio every morning. I'm trying to sell people on it, doing all that, and we would have our owner and CEO Ralph Nelson on the show from time to time to talk about the team, talk about the new developments, and all the excitement around the team. So I knew he was coming in, so I would set up all of these audio packages, and like I'd have my microphone set to where it echoed. So I'd play like Thunderstruck by AC/DC, and I'd be like, and now for your Rocket City Thundershocks, and you get like all these sound effects and everything. So I really pitched it hard when I was in front of the big man, and I guess he noticed that. And as time went on, I got offered a position with the team. It was going to allow me to be on the microphone at the ball games and to try something different and be with the hottest thing in town. So I had to jump on it, and that's how it got started. It wasn't on purpose, but I'm glad it happened.
So pulling out the big guns like the echo effect definitely paid off in the long run.
Oh yeah, I already had a nickname for the ballpark, the Shark Tank. I had the echo was where it was. I could see it. I could see his eyes lighting up as he heard it. I was like, oh man, we might have
saw the spark. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then you've mentioned about your history in radio. I mean, how'd you get started in that? And what's it like to be in the radio industry?
Well, I always wanted to do TV or radio as a kid. Like growing up, I always watched late night talk shows. I always loved radio morning shows. I just love that dynamic of people like waking up, what's going on today, and then dealing with it, and being humorous and doing things like that. Or late night shows, when the day's over and you go, wow, okay, let's really dive into this and try to give people something entertaining. So when I was in my senior year at UAH, I asked for an internship in radio or TV. So they hooked me up with WZYP. They said, well, just go in the mornings, you can help out with whatever they need there. I was like, all right, that's cool, but I wasn't really that excited. I thought I was going to be the guy that got coffee and like alphabetized paper, like a real low level internship job, just kind of get my hours so I could get an A in my internship class. But that first day, I went on the Mojo radio show. My guy Mojo, he really helped me out a ton in the radio industry and put me on that first day. We goofed around a little bit, played a game. Some people had some chuckles, and within 6 months, I was the producer of the show, and I had a live mic every single morning. So it was cool, man. Just took advantage of the opportunity I had and tried to be as natural as I could be. Just like you when you do this podcast. If it sounds like two people are just reading pieces of paper to each other, people don't really want to listen to that. But if it feels like two people are having a conversation, they're talking about things, they're getting legitimate thought out of each other, then it's pretty cool.
And then I apologize for the cough in the middle of your response there, but a segue, unfortunately, from the cough is how has COVID-19 affected the Rocket City Trash Pandas? Did you hear that segue into that question, Ricky? I mean, now I feel
See, this is
that
what
was
I'm
good.
talking about.
Yeah.
Couple of pros going at it. I appreciate the cough. Yeah, I was worried about how we were going to segue into that. But man, how has COVID-19 affected the Trash Pandas? How hasn't it affected the Trash Pandas? You know, as we all saw, sports had a rough go of it this last year. And when you can't have people get together, sports are completely different than we know it. You know, sports are that thing where you want to go be with other people you don't know, but you know you're cheering for the same thing and you just want to be happy at the end of the day. And for a team that's having their first year coming up and building up for 2 years, the local community is excited. And 1 month before your first pitch, you know, something like we've never seen hits the country and it affects everybody. It was tough. And we got into a spot in April and May where it was like, what are we going to do? You know, we never met our players. The major league season got postponed while they were in spring training. And spring training is where minor league players get selected for their squads, whether it's AAA, AA, single A. And so that none of that happened. And then the season's on pause. So we're a baseball team and we got no players. We've got no games. What do we do? And so that time was kind of used like, how can we connect with our fans, even though we don't have that traditional way? So social media was a big thing. You know, we tried to do a lot of things on social media to show our fans that we're still going, we're still there. We're going to try to interact with what we can, you know, use our mascot. I was out front on a lot of things, being, you know, a guy that would have been on the microphone at the games. I was instead on the microphone for social media and videos we did there and things to try to keep this team going before we ever even got started. A lot of teams in minor league baseball, I would say 99%, when the pandemic hit, they just shut down their office. They said, we'll try again next year. Everyone got furloughed. It was a sad thing. But here at the Trash Pandas, you know, we had so much momentum. We're doing so well. We thought we can keep this staff together. We can get through this year. And if we can just make it to next year, we're going to be good. Because we know the people around here want to see Trash Panda baseball. But how do we get there? So that was it. How do we get there? And next thing you know, me and you are sitting here talking. We've run 100 events at the ballpark, all complying to CDC guidelines, had over 200,000 fans, and we're still going right now. We've had some really great events. We've really had some times where we went, you know, maybe that doesn't work out. But when you're a baseball team doing everything but baseball, you got to learn on the fly. And this team we got here with the Trash Pandas is just amazing. I mean, if you've been to an event, if you've been to our store, you've probably noticed it's all the same people doing all of these jobs. That's what happens. You know, you can't hire all of that game day staff when you hit a pandemic and you don't have your games. So the team had to really rally together and get through this thing. And I am so proud of every single person I work with. 30 people have kept a AA baseball team together, and it's been quite a year.
Yeah, I've been real impressed that, you know, lack of a better term, how you guys have been able to utilize that space without baseball being played. I know I've been able to take my daughters to the fair there. We've went through and got to see all the Christmas lights, and it's very impressive how you guys have been able to promote and spread the word of this team and facility when basically your hands are tied behind your back.
Yeah, we appreciate that. It wasn't easy, and you know, you get a lot of people that go, "How could you be doing things like this? How could you have events right now?" But at the same time, after a while, as we're kind of learning right now, you got to try to navigate the water as safely as you possibly can. Because if you just sit back, who knows what's going to happen there? You might cause more harm than good at that point. It was tough, but I think we did pretty well of it. We got through it, and now we're heading into 2021, and we're looking at a baseball season here in a few months.
And that takes me right to my next question. I mean, when do you guys anticipate the Trash Pandas to actually take the field and throw that first pitch?
Okay, so we're looking at, it's almost as if 2020, you know, it's just that season, it's gone. So now we're looking at the 2021 season. So our 2020 season would have started in April. 2021, we're looking at April. But the thing is, there's a couple obstacles that COVID have caused, and then also due to the realignment of minor league and major league baseball. So minor league baseball has always been a thing that's been run by minor league baseball. They had their own offices, they had their own leagues with all the teams split up in there. This year was the first year that Major League Baseball absorbed the minor league office and ran minor league baseball, from the major league offices in New York. So with that, of course, comes, you know, dissolving that office, moving things around, and 40 minor league teams were cut as a result. They only wanted to give 4 minor league teams per pro club. So with 160 teams, that only means 120 spots are open. 40 had to go. So in our own Southern Division, the team in Jackson, Tennessee, they will no longer be associated with Major League Baseball, and the team in Jacksonville got bumped up to AAA. So 2 teams in our division from last year will no longer be there. But we're taking the steps that we need to take to get to next season. So I say that because I believe it was a couple weeks ago, the Angels invited us to be their AA minor league affiliate for the next 10 years. So that's a good start. We know what we got for the next 10 years. We're affiliated with the Angels. We're set to go. Now it's just figuring out how Major League Baseball is going to handle minor league baseball now that they run the whole show. So we're taking the little steps. There's a lot going on there, probably a lot of paperwork, way above my pay grade going on there. But once we get that done, we expect the schedule to come out early 2021. And once we get that schedule, it's on. But Major League's got to decide if they want to maybe bump it back a little bit, give their Major League players some time to rest, since the COVID season was very short and very rushed. So there's a little bit of adjustment. We're hoping April or May 2021, we can get this thing going.
I know we're all very excited to get that going. I saw on your social media accounts, it's full of people sharing pride by wearing their Trash Pandas merchandise. Where can the listeners go to actually purchase merchandise for the Trash Pandas?
It has been wild to see on social media the spread of Trash Panda mania. I mean, I saw someone take a picture in front of the Eiffel Tower with it once. I saw a tweet today from a guy from Barstool. Said he was waiting for a flight and he was just talking to this guy. The guy he was talking to was like, "You ever heard of the Trash Pandas?" And he's like, "No." And he tweeted about it today. He put our 2021 logo up there. He said, "You guys check out the Trash Pandas." I mean, like, how crazy is that? The guy's just waiting in an airport and the Trash Pandas come up in the conversation. So it's been so cool to see how this logo and this name has transcended the local area and become a national team. In fact, we're the only team in minor league baseball that has required international shipping for our merchandise. No team's ever needed that before, but we've sent packages to Australia, to Europe, I mean, all over the place. And so if you want to be like those people as well, our website's it's going. It's shoptrashpandas.com. That's just one of the ways you can check out our merch. I personally have been hosting some Panda Shopping Network videos, as we call them. When COVID originally hit in April and May, we were looking at something to engage our fans on social media. We had the idea of let's do like a Home Shopping Network spoof with our own merchandise. That can create content, at least get us through a certain amount of time until maybe baseball comes back. And that's now evolved into we're doing hour live shows on Facebook where you can shop while you watch me tell you about the merchandise, comment, get shouted out live as it happens. So we've got a lot of ways for you to check out our merch. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're on all of them at Trash Pandas. And then check out our website, shoptrashpandas.com. Our team store here at the ballpark, if you're local as well. The Junkyard is up and running 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. So if you want to take a look at the ballpark and get yourself some merch, you can take out 2 birds with 1 stone on that one and come check us out at the Junkyard.
Absolutely, and we'll be sure to include all those links that you mentioned in the show notes. And Ricky, we appreciate you coming on and kind of giving us an update and let us know what the Trash Pandas are up to and where we're heading in 2021. But it's a tradition on this show. We like to try to at first dig into the expertise of our guests, but then try to get to know them a little bit better. And we found the best way to do that is just ask very rapid, random questions. Are you good with that?
Oh, let's go.
All right, man. We'll start off easy. Just put it on the tee for you. What is your favorite TV series of all time?
My favorite TV series of all time has to be. You ever watch a show? It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Absolutely.
I love that show. I've probably seen every episode like 100 times. It's stupid. It's a little crude, but I love it. I love everything about it. That's definitely my favorite show.
And then if you could go back in time and see any musician live, front row, who would it be?
Oh, wow. Okay. Burl Ives.
That is the first
No, 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 I'm not. No, I said that to someone the other day, and they looked at me. They're like, "Who? What is that? Is that a
I was getting
girl?
my
Is that
Google out.
fabric?" No, not Burl Ives, but I wouldn't have hated that. That'd be pretty cool. But if any musician live, but I can do a band, right? It doesn't have to be a
Yeah,
singular
absolutely.
musician. How about Led Zeppelin?
Fantastic choice.
Put me in a Zeppelin show back in the day. I bet that'd be so cool. I'm fascinated by music back in like the 60s, 70s. Like I would love to have been a part of something like that.
Great answer. What's your favorite place to vacation?
Ooh, wow. Man, I haven't got much vacation time lately. That's a good question. I've always
Me and you
wanted to
shared
go
that
to
in common,
Spain.
buddy.
Yeah, it's brutal, right? My best vacation spot right now is like the kitchen. It's really nice there sometimes. My favorite spot is I like going to the beach occasionally. It doesn't even matter what beach. I'm kind of the guy where I don't need plans. Just put me somewhere, and I'm gonna find a way to make it fun. So the beach, nice and calm, cool, laid back. I like that.
All right, I'm gonna give you two choices. You tell me which is better or what's your preference on them, okay?
Okay.
So what about iPhone or Android?
Oh, iPhone for sure. I had one Android, and that thing busted. Yeah,
Yeah, it took me
busted.
forever to learn. It's like the iPhone, wherever you think a button should be or how a phone should react, it's there. The Android, I struggle to send a text message, so I'm with you on that one.
It's so
Um,
easy. I got my mom an iPhone. She knows how to use it, and that's very difficult with electronics with her. So it's user friendly at that point.
Absolutely. NFL or college football?
That might have to be a tie. Can I explain? Can I explain why it
Yes,
would be a tie?
absolutely.
Okay. So I'm a huge Alabama Crimson Tide fan. I love the Tide. I got to watch their games when it comes to Alabama. I'm there. That's my number one team in all sports. But the NFL, I love football. Football's my favorite sport. I play a lot of fantasy football. I get very into it. So I don't have a favorite team in the NFL, but I love the players because I'm so into fantasy football. I'm playing in a fantasy championship tonight, actually, against my younger
Oh,
brother. I'm freaking out. I can't even really think about work today because I need Stephon Diggs to have like 80 yards, and I'm a winner. And I can get in my friend's face, and I can use those NFL players and their achievements to somehow make myself a better person. And that's what it's all about.
yeah, it's all about that. Who's better, Jordan or LeBron?
Absolutely, Jordan. LeBron's awesome. I would never put down what he's accomplished, but he just seems kind of corny to me. I've always liked MJ because, especially after watching the Last Dance documentary. Did you watch that?
Absolutely. Yeah, my daughter's name is MJ, so I'm all in, buddy, on the
Oh, that's
Jordan side.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. After watching that and watching how MJ hated everybody he played against and then kind of
Yes.
hated his own teammates. I mean, he made Scottie Pippen look stupid in that thing for no reason, is what it seemed like.
Yes.
And I like that edge. Everyone back then
Yeah.
hated each other and they wanted to win. LeBron, he moved from team to team. He brought his buddies, whatever. And I like the edge.
It does seem like LeBron's always feels like he's being recorded for like a 30 for 30. It's
It
just
does.
yeah, politically
Like if you ever
safe
see a
all the
video,
time.
if you ever post a video or something, it feels like it's very rehearsed. Could you
Yes.
imagine seeing MJ in the locker room doing a dance or something and working
No.
out? Like, no, he's trying to win a dice game with his security guys 30 minutes before the ball tips because he's a competitor.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Would you rather be able to run at 100 miles per hour or fly at 10 miles per hour?
Ooh, definitely fly at 10 miles an hour. I am not a big proponent of running. I should be because it's good for you, but I choose not to run unless I'm
Frown
being
against it. Yeah.
yeah. Unless someone is running at me, I don't run. But at fly at 10 miles an hour, oh yeah. I mean, I could go any height. I
No
could go slow.
traffic.
I don't.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I would definitely easy fly.
All right. This one's a tough one. Some people get stumped. If you could have dinner with any three people, dead or alive, who would they be?
Ooh. Oh my gosh. Three people. Okay. Number one, Alexander the Great.
Nice.
Always been fascinated by what that guy accomplished. Number two, Tiger Woods. Number three, Number 3, Colonel Sanders. I feel like those 3 people cover every facet of what it takes to be successful.
Do you think
Alexander the
Colonel
Great.
Sanders orders chicken when he goes? Or do you think he shies away from it? Like,
Uh, yeah, he's probably getting. I'll just take a salad. He's.
right.
I
'Cause I mean,
watch that.
I was a sandwich artist at Subway when I was 14, and I to this day can't eat Subway. So I know that's not a good reference or analogy, but I picture Colonel Sanders like you said. And I'll just stick with appetizer.
I
No
always hear
chicken.
that from people that like worked at a place at like a restaurant, and they're like, I can't go back there anymore. But I
Can't
worked
do
at a
it, man.
Pizza Hut when I was 15, and that place wasn't even really the cleanest Pizza Hut I've ever been in. There was reasons why I shouldn't go back, but for some reason I do. I love it.
You're still all in? Yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I saw I saw one of my coworkers eat a piece out of the trash once, and I'm like, it wasn't me, so I'll still go back.
If you could have unlimited supply of one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Mm, mm, mm. Limited supply. There's a gas station down by my house that makes some cashews covered in toffee.
Oh,
And I
those are
love
good.
those things, man. I can't get enough of those. And for some reason, that was the first thing that popped in my head. So I'm going to go with toffee
Ride with it,
cashews
man.
from the gas
Absolutely.
station down by my apartment.
Now, if anybody's looking for a late Christmas gift for Ricky, they know where to go and what to get them.
Oh, it's bad news. I'm almost bummed out when I get them. They're too good.
You're disappointed in yourself.
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm like, well, I'm going to eat the whole bag, even though I
Here we go again.
I have no self-control.
All right, here's our final question, Ricky, the most important one in my opinion. What is the best movie of all time?
I just watched this one the other night. I think my favorite movie of all time is Goodfellas. I
Great.
love I love mob movies, and I love those characters. I love how that story's told. I've probably seen it 100 times. But like I said, I just turned it on the other day. I I gotta watch it at least once a year, and then if I see it on TV, I'm probably gonna watch it for a while until a
Great.
commercial gets me a little distracted. Then I'm off eating toffee cashews or something like that.
Just digressing, yes.
Yeah, it's just what? How do I get to the cashews, really? But yeah, Goodfellas for sure.
Awesome. Well, Ricky, man, I appreciate you taking the time during this holiday season to record the podcast with us, man. You've been a blast and look like we're cut from the same cloth based on some of your answers, man. I appreciate you coming on.
Hey, I appreciate you, Zach. Thanks for having me on. Thanks for letting me talk about the Trash Pandas. I can't wait to see everybody at Toyota Field for these ball games. Look for me out there on the field. We're gonna have some fun. If you want to be involved with the Trash Pandas for 2021, hey, come talk to us. We got a baseball season to get ready for. We've been doing events for the last 8 months. It's ready to get our minds back on baseball. So whether that's a group outing or your company wants to do something, a party, you want to be involved, you want to be a sponsor, bring it on. We love it. We're a community run team, and we want to represent everybody well.
Awesome, man. We can't wait. And again, please check out our show notes to see all the links and items that Ricky discussed with the Trash Pandas. You can check out all things podcast at cleartrackhr.com/podcast. Ricky, again, thank you so much for coming on. And thank you so much for all the listeners and support. And we will talk to you again soon.
Thank you, sir. You have a good one.